Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your June 2019 Angel Tarot card reading. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so take what resonates and discard the rest. If you ever would like a personal reading from me, please go to my website, angelawakening.net. I have been tuning into your energy before the reading. I've got partial layout here, and I am using the Angel Tarot card deck by Doreen Virtue, as well as cards from the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. So the first message that I received was that for some of you, there is just a real sense of kind of cloudiness in your thinking heading into June. Getting a little distracted, being distracted, knowing that maybe there's some plans or projects that you have in play that you need to be working on. This could be work or school related. There could be partnerships or relationships that you need to be investing some time and energy into. And for whatever reason, your head is just kind of in other places. It's almost like it's kind of like you know the importance of these, of what it is that you're involved in, but you are, like your brain is on vacation. So just a reminder, if that resonates for some of you, just a reminder to be sure, because some of the ways that you may be tempted to deal with these distractions is to, kind of float away into addiction, or addictive tendencies, behaviors, and things that at the end, are not really going to, they're not really going to make you feel better. They're certainly not going to get you closer to answers. They're not going to help you in the long run. They're just kind of, they are adding to the distraction issues and adding to the problems that come when we don't address or face some of the things that we need to be facing head on. So just a reminder there to be cognizant of some of your behaviors and some of your tendencies to want to check out. And it's normal, natural to not feel like you're, that you're not necessarily wanting to do something 100% of the time. So there's no reason to beat yourself up. This is just a reminder that on those days or in those moments or during those time periods, go to the ways that actually do help you de-stress and compose. Exercise and, getting back to friends and family maybe that you have potentially neglected or have had challenges reconnecting with them or spending time with them, that kind of thing. Maybe there's a recreational activity that you enjoy with writing or music or going out with friends, or just things that naturally energize you. They don't ultimately bring you down. So just kind of to be cognizant of that. So let's see what the cards tell us. They could support the message that I just gave you, or they could take us in a whole nother direction. So let's see what we get. We get the Four of Earth. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. I have been getting this card a lot for the other signs, for a lot of the readings I've been doing recently, as a matter of fact. So I think this is a reminder to all of us that, everybody is stressed about finances. I very seldom do I talk to people who say they have zero concerns, regardless of where they're at in their financial status or stage in life. Just about everybody that I talk to has a question about their finances. So this, it really doesn't matter where you're at in terms of where you think, you could be managing a 401k, or you could be paying off a student loan, or you could be paying off credit card debt, or you could be, getting ready to buy your first house, or getting ready to sell property. But this, no matter what it is that you're doing, you could be unemployed and either looking for work or drawing unemployment, or getting your tax return and wondering what it is you should, how you should best utilize those funds. So this is, I think, a reminder for all of us, but it's coming up for you guys to just take a close look at really where you're at. What is, do you have a strategy when it comes to your finances? Have you really taken that hard look? Like I was saying at the very beginning, it's not necessarily the funnest. In some cases, if we're nervous about what it is we're going to see, or what it is that we're going to find when we try to try to peel the layers back and really take a hard look at what the truth of the situation is. But this is saying that, you could potentially be going to extremes. You could be too frivolous with your funds, or you could be too wound up and nervous about it. And it's possible that you're not able to make decisions, and you're distracting yourself from, really taking the good hard look at this, because you have an idea of what it is you think you're going to find. And when you really start peeling the layers back, you could be pleasantly surprised. You could find yourself in like a situation where you're like, oh, well, I did not expect that. And, just a reminder that it's going to be important for you to stay alert now, and for you to be open to taking a hard look at some of these, not only decisions that you've made, or what, where it is that you're at with your accounts and your current resources, because this 4, complements the earth element, in that it is all about your foundation. So how you're wanting to build from here in June on out, what it is that you're going to need in order to further develop those funds, or those resources. What does it really look like, and what are you going to need to do going forward in order to continue to build, or to pull back a little bit, or to maybe take an opportunity to give back to others who have helped you in the past, or give to a charity that is near and dear to your heart. And maybe that's something that's, that you're looking to further invest in your time and energy in the future, into 2019, but you just don't know if you've got everything in line in order to be that bold. But the only way you're ever going to know is just clearing the decks, taking a good hard look at it, having an appreciation for how hard you've worked, how far you've come, and just identifying those areas where, maybe you need to step back and save more, or, make some decisions about how some of these resources can get distributed. So just continue to stay open to new opportunities. Know that exciting things are on their way to you, and don't let fear associated, don't let the thoughts of lack really play their part in scaring you off from believing that that you can have everything that you want. And I think this goes back to the original, this introductory message about, you know, you could get caught up in a pattern of addiction because you don't want to see this, or you don't want to take a look. And this is just saying it's just going to be important so that you can see all of the opportunities coming to you and all of the ways that you can benefit by taking this hard look. We also get the Nine of Air, expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy, sleepless nights. So again, if we're not taking the time to, you know, just really be as open with ourselves as possible, as honest with ourselves as possible, we could, you know, create this pattern that's really unnecessary. You know, the number 9 is associated with education and higher learning and travel. So these could be investments that you want to be making. Maybe you want to invest in going back to school, or you want to invest in a certification or something like that, or you want to invest in taking a, you know, the trip of a lifetime, or something, and you're just even, you know, too nervous and too worried to even really take a good hard look at what you've got in order to see when you could potentially make this thing happen. And, you know, the cards are just saying it's really unnecessary, because when we expect the worst, you know, I'm not a 1000% believer that when we expect the worst happens. But I am a believer that positive thinking can get us far. So this card is just saying that's really important right now. And if you obsess over something negative, that becomes that plays into your fear, and that fear builds on itself. And that's what's really unnecessary right now. So release any guilt you have with how you've spent your money, or how you've saved, or how you've, you know, misappropriated, or, you know, otherwise been concerned about what it is that you've done with funding. And, you know, just turn your attention again back to all the possibilities, all the amazing things that can be coming up for you, and in the future, and leaving the past behind. And, you know, again, with something that has anything that has a stress component to it, you don't want that to play a part into health issues or health problems. So you just want to spend your time focusing on all of the great events and situations and people that can come into your life now, and that can help you continue to build your resource base. You also get the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. Yep, so if you are distracted a bit from, you know, really putting time and attention into a relationship, this card is saying this is a really good time for you to bridge that gap and take the time that you spend now on resolving conflict is going to lead to forgiveness on both of your parts, on the part of the other person and on your part as well. So you forgiving yourself, you forgiving the other person, and the other person giving you the same in return. So yeah, this can also be related to you having potentially a certain amount of fear of growing closer to someone. So I don't know if it's possible that for some of you that, you know, one or both of you were hurt in the past, potentially by each other or somebody else. But you've had enough experience now, and you potentially have had enough of, you know, seen enough of a of results with this person to see that, you know, you've forged a friendship. It's you know, it's a deep bond. It could be a, you know, a real love affair with you know, new levels of intimacy at this time, but there's a mutual love and respect there that has developed. And as this is healing, both of you continuing to commit to each other and continuing to commit to the relationship is possible right now. You just have to let go of any worry, expecting the worst, expecting that they're either going to be this person that you're, you know, you're used to having these, you know, potentially negative experiences, and you're used to this person, you know, you're used to believing that this person's going to turn out that same way, or there's going to be, you know, something difficult that comes out of it, even though things feel good right now. So this card is just reminding you that now is not the time to give up. It's not the time to, again, go back to this distraction thing. You can distract yourself maybe with some positive activities, but don't distract yourself by walking out and turning your back on what could potentially be the furthering of a really positive romance or attraction, even an engagement of some kind. You know, this is just reminding you that there are kindred spirits associated with this relationship, and the possibility to build on it is great. You get the 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. Going back to school. Yeah. So, and again, 8 is associated with resources. So there is a big finance and money emphasis on the reading for the month of June. So if there is something that you want to do that is, it could potentially be a topic that is new to you, or something that you are revisiting, something that you want to learn more about. So you feel like you need to spend some money in order to invest in how to be better at it. But you could really be committed at this point to taking your career or vocation or a project to the next level. And you're on the right track, but you know, there's always more to learn. We always have more to learn. So if you are interested in a class, or you're interested in a new profession, or you're interested in learning from a mentor or an expert, really staying committed or getting committed to how to do that with study or research is really important right now, and is really going to benefit you if you do decide to make that kind of an investment. And I feel like as well, for some of you, that could be very attractive for whoever that you're with. Maybe this is someone who, again, I think for a small subset of you, there could be a couple of things going on. One could be that the person you're with is wanting a certain amount, or you think they're wanting a certain amount of a basis of resources in order for you all to do what you want to do, to live the life you want to live. And maybe you're in agreement with that, but you think, well, I'm going to have to get better at what it is that I do in order to live up to that, or in order to be as well off financially as I know I can be. Maybe it's something that you've been avoiding for a while, and now it's like it's your time. It's time for you to make that investment in yourself. And somebody that you're with could find that very, very attractive. And I feel like for them as well, that they're willing to work too. They don't have an expectation, again, not for everybody, but they don't have an expectation that that you're going to be the knight in shining armor and sweep in and take care of them, but that you're investing in yourself. You're subsequently investing in the relationship as a result of taking your future very seriously and being invested in what your future looks like. Let yourself receive. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive guilt receive without guilt or apologies. So yeah, this could also be where you find somebody wants to invest in your future. Somebody wants to give you money so that you can go back to school or get a certification or invest in your business or start your own business or self-employment of some kind. And if they want to help you and you plead your case, let them help you. Receiving from others and, allowing others into our life, during times where we may need help or we may need assistance or guidance is a very vulnerable thing to do, but it also makes you, it also is a sign of strength because you're willing to, you may be used to the one who gives to others, but there's also a great sense of joy that people have when you allow them to give to you. So open up, let your needs be known, and again with this receive without guilt, I think for some of you this could be, maybe you've had challenges with a business or a property, or self-employment of some kind, and you feel guilty asking for help, or you feel guilty saying, hey, I'm going through some challenging times right now. In order to get to the next level, I need XYZ. And this is saying, allowing yourself to receive just means you're going with the flow of life. That's where you're at right now. Everybody needs help sometimes. And this new surge of energy that potentially this finance or resource, it could be a person, it could be something that comes in to help take some of the burden off, just brings in new forms of abundance for you and can open you up to creative ideas and all types of other opportunities. So just being open to receiving is healing, and it is another step in the manifestation process. I've gotten this card a lot as well recently. Rest. You've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. So I've been getting this card a lot in association with those of us who feel just overwhelmed, who just feel that there is a lot on our plate, a lot that we're trying to navigate, a lot you're trying to juggle, and a lot of this confusion, I think, can play into what I was saying at the beginning, which pulls us into other places, gets us distracted, and makes us just kind of want to check out and not really take advantage of the opportunities that are around us because we almost fail to see these opportunities. We're so exhausted. So this is just saying, if that's happening to you, take a step back, take a breath. If you need to, kind of write out what it is that that you're needing at this time, maybe where you've come from, where you're at, and where it is that you want to go. Take a hard look at it. But, take that into consideration while you're going easy on yourself and while you're taking the best possible care of yourself that you can. And lastly, positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people, situations, and avoid negativity. Yep. So right now, this is a big part of this is about, sorry if this card is kind of clearing here, but it's the positive energy card from the Mermaids and Dolphins deck. Yeah, this plays into the whole rest of the message. Thinking positive at this point, at this time in your experience, will help you manifest things that that will, really prove to benefit you in the long term. And as I've been getting this card too, it's been about taking another look, assessing what negative patterns you could potentially be in with television or music or people that you associate with, or foods or drinking, or just, doing any of those things too much. And, how you can really drop some of those negative programming out of your life, and, and just work on what's in your immediate environment. Even what are those things that are surrounding you, that they could be items that are around you that you're thinking, gosh, I've had this for so long, I don't even know why I have this anymore. It doesn't bring me joy. It certainly doesn't serve a purpose. There's nothing functionally, that I like it for, that I use it for. And so just taking another look at what people are around you, what situations, what you're reading and watching, and what recreational activities you're engaged in that are potentially not for your highest good. So infusing that positive energy and rest into letting yourself receive, letting yourself be open and available to others and their guidance and assistance. You continuing to do the work in whatever that means for you personally, being willing to invest in yourself, and then whatever relationships that you're in, there might just be a few solid relationships that you have in your life right now, but these are very important relationships. They're very healing. They're very helpful, and you want to continue to build on those. Watch your negativity patterns so that you don't expect the worst, so that you don't have these this restless energy and sleepless nights, and maybe not sleeping at all. And then how you're using your current resources or monitoring your current resources by either being too pessimistic or too frivolous, or hoarding too much because you're too nervous. So how you're letting that negativity play into what your current base and your current foundation of resources look like right now. All right, Virgo, well, I hope that was helpful. If you ever would like a personal reading from me, you can go to my website, angelawakening.net, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.